What is going on, guys? This is Dave from Game Breakers bringing you another throwback. Today we are looking at Chris Kamara Street Soccer with its horror font now loading screens. So anyway, Chris Kamara Street Soccer is a game for the PlayStation 1. Not a lot about it that I can find on the internet, but it was released in September 2000. It's a game for which Chris Kamara provided both commentary and some basic motion capture for the player's animation, with the concept of the game predating the EA Sports FIFA Street series. This game was, let's be honest, it looks terrible. It is terrible. I mean, I used to play this quite a bit when I was younger because it was another soccer game, but there is nothing that is licensed. The only thing that's licensed is the flags, and that isn't even a proper license because you can't license them. So, oh, and the countries, sorry, the countries are licensed, but they were mainly sort of like cities, you know, sort of like less teams, more cities than anything. So it was like London was representing England, etc., etc., Madrid representing Spain, and just stuff like that. The players all had generic names, and they were all first names, they weren't surnames. Controls were just sort of like, this is pass, this is shoot, and this is run. This is basically all you do. You can do the odd trick, I think, but it's sort of like mash any button you want and hope for the best, really. Graphics wise, terrible for the PlayStation 1. They are shocking, and it wasn't even proper football rules, because the kickoff wasn't even a proper kickoff. It was like, let's drop the ball from a height, first person to basically touch it, play on, basically. The ball goes out of play, you still get your corners, you still get free kicks, you still get goal kicks. However, penalties are taken in a sort of an ice hockey style, where you basically just run from the halfway line and up for the best. Penalties were buggy. They were really buggy. You will see when I show you some penalties clips from later in this video, you'll see that the penalties were just, they just decided to just kick the ball before you could even start running with it from the halfway line. You was always going to miss. The computer was awesome at penalties. They pretty much scored every time and pretty much beat you every single time. Moving on then, as I said, this game didn't really have a lot in terms of licensing, including sort of arenas. Arenas were sort of generic as well. They were sort of like, you had Colosseum and Death Valley. Those were the two main sort of arenas or stadiums, if you even want to call them that, that were mainly used in the game. And the videos that I've seen of this game around YouTube, they were mainly played in Colosseum and Death Valley. You did have others, but those were the main two. They weren't really, they were more five-a-side pitches than anything. They weren't even, you know, full teams. You couldn't do like a sub or anything. It was very arcadey, mind, but you couldn't do like subs or anything. It was just, it was terrible. Anyway, you can probably pick up this game for about £2.50 new on Amazon. To be honest, why would you even pay that much when you can probably get it for about 10p in CEX or your local cash converter store? Well, then again, they'll probably give it you if you ask for it. It's pretty much worthless now. You can pick it up dirt cheap in any of your local second-hand shops, or even charity shops, to be honest. Anyway, that about wraps up this throwback. I've been Dave from Game Breakers, and as always, there'll be more videos coming out in the future. See ya.